go to Bob Pisani now with today's ETF Edge. Hey, Bob.
Hello, Scott. Good to see you. The Berkshire Hathaway annual meeting is 10 days away, and anticipation is already building around what Warren Buffett might say. There's now an ETF for that. Last month, VistaShares launched the VistaShares Target 15 Berkshire Select Income ETF. I know it's a mouthful, but it holds direct exposure to Berkshire, as well as the 20 largest holdings of Berkshire. Layered on top of that is an option strategy that targets annual income of 15%. This is very interesting. Let's talk to the man in charge of that fund, VistaShares CEO Adam Patti. Adam, good to see you. You say you can now invest like Buffett, and you can get income. So what's in this? How does it stack up against a simple S&P 500 index fund?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've been running, the market's been momentum driven for many years. The switch has flipped. We're looking at quality and a value tilts right now in terms of factor exposures. And Berkshire Hathaway has certainly performed incredibly well this year, handily outperforming the S&P 500. It's a really well-diversified portfolio, chosen, of course, by the best investor in the world has ever seen in Warren Buffett. You've got everything from Apple and Amazon to Coke and financials such as Bank of America and Citigroup. So really well diversified, and it's performing really well in this market. So I think the time is right.
Yeah, and Kroger, I see here, all sorts of stuff here. And this is why you're diversified. Buffett doesn't just hold Magnificent Seven stuff. He is a well-known, diversified investor. He's known for a value tilt, and that has paid a lot of dividends this year. So I guess the message here is diversification, and Berkshire's attitude towards investing pays off. This year it is.
Yeah, stable companies that are hopefully undervalued with that value tilt, as you mentioned, I think is important. And your prior guests, one of them mentioned, the financial exposure that Berkshire has, and perhaps financial companies have a little less exposure to the tariff issues that are, kind of going through the economy. So, we've got a lot of that in there, which is really, well positioned.
Now, Berkshire does not pay a dividend, but you've added an option overlay to this that does pay a sort of a synthetic dividend. Now, how does this work, and why did you add that into this mix here?
Well, who doesn't want to invest like Buffett, but with income, right? So to your point, BRKB does not pay one. Warren likes to keep his cash on hand for, repositioning the portfolio. So we did a lot of research, and we found that investors in BRKB, would like to get that dividend exposure. So if you own BRKB, you buy a little of OMAH to add to your portfolio, get that synthetic dividend exposure. We use an options overlay. We're selling calls and call spreads, and it's a 15% target income annually, which we pay out monthly at 1.25%, which is the goal.
Right, and you rebalance quarterly, quickly, right? How often you rebalance?
Quarterly rebalance on the equities, and of course the options are run daily. It's an active process.
Adam, thank you very much. Interesting product. Of course, we'll keep an eye on Buffett next week. Remember, you can see all of our shows, ETF Edge shows, on our website. That's etfedge.cnbc.com. Scott, back to you.
All right, Bob. Thank you. Bob Pisani. We have a special programming note, of course. Next Saturday, May 3rd, Bob mentioned, we'll be bringing you the entire Berkshire Hathaway annual shareholders meeting live on CNBC, streaming on CNBC.com and CNBC Plus. We will hear directly, of course, from Warren Buffett himself as he takes the stage to answer questions for over 4 hours. Our Becky Quick and Mike Santoli, as always, will be live in Omaha beginning 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time.